Hello YouTubers, thank you for joining me once again as I take you on my journey into leca. So today I've got for you my spider plant. Now everybody's got one of these and they're one of the easiest things to propagate in water. So therefore repotting this guy into leca shouldn't be too difficult. That is, until you get me. So I've had this plant for a while, struggling backwards and forwards to keep it alive. Most people have got pups on theirs because nearly every household will have one of these, and they flourish with their pups on. I don't know why I can't keep these plants alive. It doesn't matter what I do, how I try. I do know that they like quite a lot of lights, and that might be one of the issues why I can't seem to keep it alive, because where my living room is situated, I do not have a south-facing window. I get very little sunlight that streams into my front room. The kitchen does get some sunlight in the afternoon for maybe an hour or so, but it still doesn't seem to do well in the kitchen. So I potted this into leca about 2 weeks or so ago, and I do check my plants every day to see what is going on with them, whether or not they're surviving or thriving. And if you know your plants, you will know when they're doing well and when they're not. And I could tell that there was something that wasn't right with this plant. So I decided this morning that I was going to make it a priority to have a look. And I do talk about the rooting system on your plant when you're repotting into leca, that you need to make sure that the roots are clean and void from any dirt. But one thing that you also need to be sure to remove is the very fine roots that's on the plant, because they will die and rot away, which is what happened with this. So there was a little bit of soil left on the plant, on the root. I don't think that was any problem as such, but I think the very fine root system that was onto the main root, because these grow little tubers, not as big as potato, but little tubers. Maybe rhizome, maybe it's the better word for it, that is onto the root, that obviously is part of the system that feeds the plant. And they have little tiny fine, like cilia, for the want of a better word, attached to them, and they will rot in the water. So that needs to be removed. I didn't do a good enough job of removing those from the plants, and there was some root rot that was going on. I've taken some pictures. I'll post them for you so you can have a look at what I did. So when I removed this morning, I washed the rooting system again quite thoroughly, left it to dry, cut away all the dead bits. I left it for about 2 hours so that the root dry off, and then I put some cinnamon powder on it, because that is quite a good antibiotic, and it does help with the rooting system as well. It does help the roots to grow. I don't know what it is in cinnamon that does that, but it's got healing properties both for human and for plants. So I sprinkled some of the powder on there, left that to dry, to scab over quite well, and then I popped it into the leca. I haven't put any water in here yet. I just pop it into, as you can see, it's looking rather sorry for itself. So I'm waiting for a bit for it to, just the cinnamon powder itself to dry a bit onto the root that is in here before I add any water. But I will do that by the end of the day, so that for starters, so that I don't forget, and so that the plant get the nutrients that it needs. I will be fertilizing this because it is in quite a dire state, and the fertilizer that I use, I've got no affiliation whatsoever with any fertilizers, but I'll be using the Super Thrive. I'll just pop that into my watering can and just pour the water down in there. And again, only up until about a third. The root for this, because it's got quite a good well-rooted system, has gone way down into the pot. So I've got to be very careful that in this instance that I don't get the water too high, and a third might be even too much. So it's probably will be until the system, until the plant, until it's well rooted into the water and it get accustomed to the water. I won't top up to the third or anything above that, you know, just to give this plant a chance to survive. No, I didn't pay much for this plant, thankfully, and maybe that has to do with the survival of my plant, really, because I normally check in the supermarkets when I go food shopping, and sometimes they have plants that didn't sell fast enough and they're going for really cheap price. So I think this one I got for something like £2.50 at Morrison's. It could be even less as well. But that was a while ago, and it should be doing better than it has. I need to find out what it is that I'm not doing right. It could well be that I haven't got enough sunlight, or it could well be that my plants haven't had a fair start in life, because I tend to buy them when they're at the end of their tether, basically, when they're about to pop their clogs. So that might be something to do with why they don't some of my plants don't seem to be thriving really well with me. I am what I think is a smart shopper when it comes to most things, but especially plants. I will go check out the garden center, especially this time of year when it's, you know, the Christmas and New Year is over, so nobody is interested in buying plants anymore. They got all these fancy plants in for Christmas. They want them gone, so they stick really cheap stickers onto them. I got a few in the garden center just a few days ago for 50 pence. I know it does add up, but I got some really nice plants, I think, for really cheap. So those I'll be showing you at some point. Those are already in leca, and I will show you at some point once they start to grow a good rooting system and is ready for you guys. So thank you once again for watching, guys. Thank you for joining me. Please do not forget to post any comments that you have in the comment section below. Any questions you might have, I will endeavor to answer them as soon as possible. Make sure that you like my video, give it a thumbs up, please. Do not forget to click on the red button in the corner there to subscribe, so that any more videos that comes out from me, that you'll be alerted to them. So take care for now, and I hope you're enjoying my videos so far, and have a good rest of the day. Again, my name is Kay. Thank you for watching.